Once upon a time, a little boy named Jack lived with his mother in the country. They were poor, but they were hopeful because they had Curdle, the best dairy cow in the whole county. When she stopped giving milk, Jack and his mother didn't know what to do.
Do we really have to sell Curdle?
As a last resort, Jack.
They waited and they hoped, but Curdle just wouldn't give a drop.
Jack, I want you to take Curdle into town. Do what you can to sell her, but make sure you get a good price, okay?
Oh, you can count on me, Mother.
And off he went. On the road. On the road, he met an old traveler.
Oh there, are you selling that cow?
I'm selling this cow, but if you want to buy her, you have to give me a really good price.
What about these beans? They're magical.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got a deal.
And Jack went home. His mother, when he got there, well, she was in the kitchen slaving over a dinner of sneeze soup and boiled cabbage.
Jack, you're home, and you, sold the cow.
I sold the cow right away.
Great. May I have the money, please?
Money? I have something better. These beans.
Beans?
But they're magic beans.
Jack, give me those beans.
And wouldn't you know it, she threw them right out the window into the garden.
Oh, shucks. Mom.
Jack went to bed without his dinner. But wouldn't you know it, that night it rained. When Jack and his mother awoke the next morning, they found a huge beanstalk in their yard.
So much for my petunias.
It grew right where them beans had landed.
I knew those beans were magic.
It grew so high they couldn't see the top.
I think I'm gonna see how far up it goes.
No, Jack, stop right there. Jack Beanstalk, you get back here right now.
Yeah,
Jack,
if I go way up to the top, I might find some more beans up there, and we could make bean soup, and we'll never be hungry.
So he climbed and climbed right through the clouds. At the top of the beanstalk, he found a country like none he had ever seen before.
Wow.
Everything was huge, just like the beanstalk.
Wow.
The grass came up to his knees, and the butterflies were as big as birds. Nearby, Jack saw a beautiful house, as big as a castle. Soon, he was knocking at the door.
What did you want?
I'm hoping you had some food here.
And you better stay that way. My husband will be his son. He's a giant and he doesn't like the visitors.
Suddenly, the ground began to shake. A sound like rhythmic thunder rose up from the clouds.
Quick, get inside. Let's kill.
As Jack scrambled inside, he told the woman quickly about how he had sold the family's only cow for some beans, and that his mother had thrown them out the window.
There's no time for silly Easter now. Just get under the table and don't make a sound.
The front door slammed, and Jack saw a long, long shadow across the floor.
What's for dinner?
Your favorite meal, 10 good pie with a dozen crusty baguettes and 4 dessert.
Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell a little boy. Yum, yum, yum.
My darling, you must be imagining things. There's nobody here but you, me, and Reaves.
But the giant didn't believe her. He looked everywhere. Everywhere, that is, except under the table where Jack was holding his breath. When the giant was done searching, he sat down at the table and called for his goose.
Come here, goose.
She waddled into the room like geese do. He picked her up, put her on the table, and he commanded her,
Lay, 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 lay.
and she did. Egg after egg after egg of pure gold. But soon the giant grew tired of the game, and his eyes began to droop, and he fell asleep right there at the table.
Oh boy, now's my chance.
Jack darted out from under the table and grabbed the goose on his way to the door.
Stop! Stop!
He raced all the way down the beanstalk.
Oh boy, if I can get to that.
He just ran, and he ran, and he ran, until he got to that beanstalk that he climbed up.
Oh, almost there, almost there. Ah, made it.
And he slid down that thing as fast as he could. When he finally got to the ground, his mother was weeping because he'd been gone.
Oh, Jack, I'm so glad you're home, and you brought a goose for dinner.
No, not just any goose. This is a magic goose, and it lays golden eggs.
And he showed her how it was done. Their money troubles were over, or so they thought. They fixed up the farm, they bought new cows, they even sold some of them eggs. Life was good until one day the goose goes and flies away.
Oh no, now what are we gonna do?
I'm just gonna have to go right back up the beanstalk.
No, Jack.
Don't you worry, Mother. I'm sneaky.
Jack, what if you see that giant again?
Oh, it's gonna be just fine, Mom. I told you.
So Jack went up the beanstalk anyway. Climbed and climbed and climbed until he got to the top. This time, the giant's wife was furious.
How could you come back after what you do?
I'm sorry.
The ground began to rumble.
Inside, quick! It's my husband again!
They ran inside. And the giant followed him. This time the giant ate 100 fried smelts with truffle sauce, and for dessert,
Fee-fi-fo-fum, I smell a little boy. Yum, yum, yum.
No, my friend. You're reminding me again.
No.
the giant looked everywhere except under the table where Jack was hiding. Finding nothing, he sat down and called for his harp.
Harp, play for me.
The harp did as it told.
Yeah.
You would too if you had a giant yelling at you. It played the most beautiful melody Jack had ever heard. So beautiful, in fact, that the giant, well, he fell asleep.
Oh my God, the giant's asleep. Now's my chance.
Jack darted from under the table and snatched up that golden harp and ran for the door. This time, the giant's wife ran after him.
Hey!
The sound of the music fading away woke up the giant. He knew he'd been tricked again.
Fee-fi-fo-fum.
Jack and the giant's wife bolted for the beanstalk.
Oh, we can just make it through the beanstalk.
They ran and they ran and they ran.
Oh.
Wait! I'm coming with you!
The giant ran after them, but stopped at the top of the beanstalk, too afraid of heights to climb down after them. Instead, he shook the beanstalk as hard as he could. But Jack and the giant's wife held on tight. When they had safely reached the ground, Jack and his neighbors cut that beanstalk down.
I'm so proud of you.
Jack's mother and the giant's wife, they became the best of friends. In the evening, they listened to the music of the harp fill their gentle valley. To this day, it can still be heard. That and a very strange booming sound up in the clouds.